जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरवनचारी। यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय नील माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरवनचारी। यमुना तीरवनचारी। यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jai Radha Nila Madha Shri Radhe. Jai Radha Nila Madha Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की गौर प्रेमानंद. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्ण. It's my honor and privilege to be back here after 3.5 long years. The COVID pandemic really was a great period of testing for all of us. As His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj very beautifully said, it was a time when we couldn't go outside, so the intelligent ones spent time going within. That's the time when we could go spiritually deeper, spending time for ourselves, deepening our sadhana. And now that the COVID pandemic restrictions have opened, we can contribute better to the community. So I'm very happy to be back here. Special gratitude to His Holiness Harivilas Maharaj, the temple management, and also all the wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here for kindly having me. I'm really, really sorry. I start with an apology. The services were supposed to begin last evening. I am 24 hours late. I seriously was ill, and even now I am not in the best of my health. I am under some heavy allopathic dose to keep myself healthy for this seminar. So whatever mistakes I make, you please kindly forgive me. I am not a scholar. I am not a saint. I am not in any way a giver of anything good, but I will try to share whatever I have heard from my superiors, whatever I have heard from my spiritual master, whatever I have read in the books of Srila Prabhupada. So whatever good may come out, you may kindly accept it, and you may bless me for that. And whatever mistakes come out, you may kindly forgive me and pray for me so that I can improve and go from and overcome these weaknesses. Will you all help me by protecting me with your prayers and blessings to start off this session? Did I put all of you to sleep even before I started? The topic for the seminar is very mysterious. The title is the Pancha-Tattva of Vrindavan. We know the Pancha-Tattva of Navadvip, but what is this Pancha-Tattva of Vrindavan? In the next 4 sessions, starting from today, we will be talking about 5 prominent personalities in Vrindavan, by whose blessings we can enter the land of Vrindavan. That is the theme. What is this Vrindavan? What is the glory of Vrindavan? Why should we enter Vrindavan? In this most auspicious month of Kartik, in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is a very beautiful book written by Srila Sanatan Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami, in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, the glories of this month has been profusely sung. There are 400 Sanskrit verses glorifying the importance of this month of Kartik. 400 verses, Sanskrit verses by Srila Sanatan Goswami, glorifying this month of Kartik. Srila Rupa Goswami has also written in his very famous Radhikashtakam, he says, Nikhila Samaya Bhartur Kartikasya Adi Devi. That Radharani is the presiding deity of this month. Nikhila Samaya. The word Nikhila or Akhila means complete. Samaya means time. So Nikhila Samaya, of all the 12 months, Bhartuhu, the leader, Kartikasya Adi Devi, the queen of this month of Kartik, is Srimati Radharani. The leader, the king of all months is Kartik, but the queen of that king is Radharani. And because the land of Vrindavan is the home ground of Srimati Radharani, therefore in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, out of the 64 limbs of Bhakti, he mentions 2 limbs. One, to observe the month of Kartik, and second, to reside in Vrindavan. So therefore you see Vaishnavas, they combine these 2 limbs And they go to Vrindavan during Kartik. So you get the benefit of observing Kartik Mass and living in the land of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the home of Radharani. In fact, in the Shastras it is described, Pancha-Yojana Vistirna Dhama cha Hridayam Mama. Radharani has said that this land of Vrindavan is my heart. Anybody who enters Vrindavan Dham has actually entered into the compassionate heart of Srimati Radharani. Srila Prabhupada explains that we can approach Krishna only through the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Otherwise it is not possible. Absolutely not possible. Even demigods headed by Brahma and Lord Shiva, they pray to Radharani to approach the lotus feet of Krishna. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj used to very beautifully explain that those who worship Vishnu are called Vaishnavas. And those who worship Krishna alone are called Karshnavas or Karshneyas. And those who worship Radharani, whose name is Gauri, they are called Gaudiyas. So look at our fortune. We come in the Sampradaya called as the Gaudiya Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. We are the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came to glorify Srimati Radharani. Krishna was already glorified. So many acharyas have glorified Krishna. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya has written Krishnashtakam, Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Sripad Vallabhacharya ji has written Adharam Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Nayanam Madhuram, Hasitam Madhuram, Madhuradhipater Akhilam Madhuram. Everybody has glorified Krishna. Sripad Madhvacharya has a whole Udupi Mutt glorifying Krishna. Every Acharya has glorified Krishna. Vidagda Gopika Mano Manodnya Talpashainim Namami Munjakanane Pravriddha Vannipainim Yatha Tatha Yada Tatha Tathaiva Krishna Satkatha Maya Sadaiva Giyatam Iti Kripa Vidhiyatam. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya writes, I am the worshipper of that Supreme Lord. Vidagda Gopika Mano Manodnya Talpashainim. He describes, I am the servant, the devotee of that Krishna who is conquered completely by the love of the gopis headed by Srimati Radharani. So before somebody misunderstands the position of Krishna, very quickly to qualify, he says, Namami Munjakanane Pravriddha Vannipainim. That Krishna who can drink the forest fire like mango lassi. He can sip in the whole forest fire. In fact, one Acharya writes, Krishna didn't drink the forest fire. It was like the blowing of the birthday candle. Just like babies, kids, they get fascinated by blowing the birthday candles. Where are they getting that from? They're getting it from Shyam Sundar Shri Krishna. He saw the whole forest on fire. But because he couldn't do that in front of the friends, he said, close your eyes. The divine nature of Bhagavan is going to come ahead, and the playfulness of Gopal is going to go behind. So all of you close your eyes. So Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya writes that I am worshipper of that Krishna who's completely controlled by Radharani. But he is not an ordinary person. Namami Munja Kanane Pravriddha Vannipainim. He who drank the forest fire. Yatha tatha yada tada tathaiva Krishna satkatha maya sadaiva giyatam iti kripa vidhiyatam. Oh my Lord, please give me this kripa, this mercy, that at all times, in all places, at all circumstances, may my tongue only sing his glories. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. When one of his disciples went very deeply into Vyakaran, forgetting the aim of Vyakaran, Sanskrit grammar, and he was about to, and he asked the question about what should a person do at the time of death. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya said, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudha Mate. You fool, don't run too much into Vyakarana. Of course, Vyakarana is needed. We are not belittling that. Sanskrit Vyakarana is needed. Otherwise, our acharyas wouldn't write books on Sanskrit Vyakarana. But if you only study Sanskrit Vyakarana and we forget the Vedanta Krit Veda Vit Eva Chaham, the essence of the Shastra, then there is a problem. So Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya has glorified Krishna. Sripad Vallabhacharya ji has glorified Krishna. Kasturi tilakam lalatha pathale vakshasthale kaustubam Nasagre varamuktikam karatale venu karai kankanam. Sarvangi harichandanam sulalitam kanthe cha muktavali. Gopastri pariveshtito vijayate gopala chodamani. Shastra describes how beautiful is Krishna. Kasturi tilakam lalata pathale. Krishna has very beautiful, wonderful tilak made out of kasturi, musk, on his forehead, lalata pathale. Not just as a tilak, he also has a kasturi mark on his chin, a little dot, musk dot. And his friends also do different kinds of forehead paintings. Forehead paintings. In one work, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pada writes that all that forehead painting on the forehead of Krishna is meant only for one purpose. By the heat of separation from Radharani, may all that sandalwood forehead paintings melt and drip down his body, and when he offers obeisances to Radharani, may all that decorate the lotus feet of Radharani. This is why the forehead painting is done on Krishna's forehead. Kaviraj Goswami writes like this. So the point is, Kasturi tilakam lalata pathale vakshasthale kaustubam. And Krishna has a very beautiful kaustuba jewel on his chest. Very beautiful kaustuba jewel. Now in Kali Yuga, this kaustuba jewel reincarnated as King Kulashekara, who wrote the Mukundamala Stotra. Krishna, because he is the Supreme Lord, when he appeared in Gokul Mahavan, he was born with a kaustuba mani on his chest. Krishna left 4 hands behind. He Shashanka Chakram, Sakirita Kundalam, Sapitra Vastram, Sarasiru Hekshanam, Sahara Vakshas Thalashobhi Kaustubam, Namami Vishnum, Shirasa Chaturbhujam. He left the 4 hands behind. He left the Shanka Chakra Gada Padma behind. He left everything behind, including the Shrivatsa mark, which is a golden hair on his chest as Mahavishnu. But alas, 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 every thief leaves behind some evidence. And Krishna is the Chauragraganya, the greatest thief. So he must leave the greatest evidence that he is the Supreme Lord. So when he appeared, he came with the Kaustuba mani on his chest. And as he was crying, he looked, oh, there is a problem. My mother who worships Narayan will understand that I am the Supreme Lord because I have a Kaustuba mani on my chest. Just by Krishna's desire that this should disappear, Purnamasi Devi came to the scene. Purnamasi is the oldest member in Vrindavan. She is the grandmother of Madhu Mangal, Krishna's best friend. When we talk about Madhu Mangal, many of our Grihastha male devotees feel at home. Because Madhu Mangal has a very big belly. So IT goers, we sitting. That's one thing we have common with the eternal associates of Krishna. That's a good start. Another thing is we also love laddus like him. So it's a good thing. And Krishna loves Madhu Mangal. So we have a lot of hope. So Madhu Mangal's grandmother is Purnamasi. So Purnamasi Devi appears to the scene and she sees this Kaustuba mani on Krishna's chest. And she immediately removes it without Mother Yashoda's notice. And what does she do? She goes and gives it to the Nagapatnis, the wives of Kaliya. Now the wives of Kaliya have no clue why Purnamasi is giving the Kaustuba mani. None of Vrindavan, no member of Vrindavan has any clue about Krishna's divinity. Krishna just wants it to disappear. Purnamasi takes it away, gives it to the Nagapatnis. Now Krishna walks around in Vrindavan without the Kaustuba mani. Please note, the line of thought is we are discussing this for Vakshasthale Kaustubam. That is the line of thought. So now when Krishna jumps into the Yamuna, on the pretext of just swimming around, he does multiple things. He swims in the water, he purifies Yamuna, kicks Kaliya out, gives mercy to the wives of Kaliya who are pure devotees, revives the trees and birds, and secures the whole of Vrindavan that the water supply of Yamuna is pure. No problem. Now when Krishna jumps and he starts dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, it is described that as Krishna was dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, the Apsaras in the heaven, they saw their Siksha Guru there. Because Krishna is the best among dancers. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. When Krishna jumped into the water of Jamuna and he started dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, it is described that the Apsaras, who are the best among dancers, They saw their dancing guru. And it is described, when you see your teacher, you have to offer some dakshina. Right? There must be some offering. So the Apsaras thought of giving their gifts to Krishna. Now Krishna said, how will I reach the Apsaras? So the Apsaras were trying their best to keep the gift. Krishna looked at Kaliya and he said, can you take me there? And Kaliya agreed. So Krishna would jump on the hood of Kaliya and Kaliya would go up. And Krishna would accept the gift from the Apsara. And another Apsara would say, there's one more offering, my Lord. And Krishna would say, now this hood has to be taller and higher. Would tell Kaliya, one more, come on. And Kaliya would raise his hood further. And then Krishna would accept. Krishna would jump on a hood and Kaliya would raise it higher. And in this way, for the Brajvasis, it seemed as if Krishna was dancing on Kaliya. But Krishna was simply accepting the gifts. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayachati. Now when Krishna accepted the gifts from the Apsaras, the Nagapatnis came to the scene. They said the Apsaras are female. When you can accept their offerings, why can't you accept our offerings? Krishna said, what do you have to offer? Yadhamartha surit priyatma tanaya pranashayatvat krite. Shukdev Goswami describes that the Nagapatnis told Krishna, we have everything to offer you, my Lord, but the first thing we want to offer you is a gift. And they opened the treasure box and picked up the Kaustubha money and garlanded Krishna. That Kaustubha money that Purnamasi had given came to the right use now when the Nagapatnis, the wives of Kaliya, garlanded Krishna with the Kaustubha money. Now when Krishna walked around in Vrindavan with the Kaustubha money, which is his own money, the whole of Vrindavan thought, oh, this is what was offered to him by the wives of Kaliya. But little did they know, it actually went from him to the wives, which they offered back to him by the blessings of Yogamaya Purnamasi Devi. How beautiful. This is the mystery behind Krishna walking with a Vakshasthale Kaustubham and still not being caught that he is Vishnu. Is everybody following the discussion? No? Thank you, thank you. Nasagre varamauktikam karatale venu karai kankanam. Sripad Vallabhacharya ji has repeatedly quoted this verse from the Gopal Sahasranam and Gopal Upanishad. Nasagre varamauktikam. Krishna has a very beautiful nose ring on the tip of his nose. Very beautiful. And karatale venu karai kankanam. Krishna has very beautiful sweet bangles on his wrist and a flute which decorates his fingers. Wrong. Flute which is decorated by his fingers. Parampadam bhushana bhushanangam. Mahaprabhu told Srila Sanatana Goswami that in this world ornaments ornament the individual. But for Krishna, his ornaments get ornamented by Krishna's body. This is the beauty of Krishna's form. Parampadam bhushana bhushanangam. The ornaments are ornamented by his form. Sarvangi harichandanam. Krishna's whole body is smeared with chandan. But it says harichandan. Harichandan is a special type of chandan. When tulsi leaves are mixed in chandan and the chandan becomes greenish, that is called harichandan. So therefore you can see in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is described as a Marakatamani, which means a green emerald. So sometimes while reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we can have a doubt. Krishna is actually bluish black in complexion. Why Shukdev Goswami calling Krishna as a Marakatamani? Huh? Not Markata. Markat means monkey. Marakata. Like Markat. Marathi मध्ये पण Markat म्हणतात. Markat. Monkey. But this is Marakata Mani, which means a green emerald. So Krishna is called as a green emerald for this reason, that his body is always smeared with Tulsi Chandan. So it looks greenish all the time. At the same time, our Vrajrasik Acharyas have written in the Gaudiya Sampradaya very beautifully that wherever Krishna walks, Radharani walks with him. Because Krishna is incomplete without Radharani, just like Radharani is incomplete without Krishna. Kaviraj Goswami Pad in Adilila, he describes just like milk and its whiteness cannot be separated. Musk and its fragrance cannot be separated. Moon and moonbeams cannot be separated. Similarly, Radha and Krishna cannot be separated. So as Krishna is walking, Radharani is walking with Krishna, and the effulgence of Radharani's body is falling on Krishna. And those of us who know a little bit of art, you know the mixing of basic colors. You mix blue with yellow, and you get green. So Krishna's form is bluish black, and it is completely mixed with the golden effulgence of Radharani's body, because she's walking with Krishna. And therefore the blue form of Krishna mixed with the yellowness of Radharani's complexion, Marakata Mani Neelam Balam Alokayenu. Even Shripad Bilva Mangala Thakur says, please everyone chant, very sweet verse. Madhura Madhara Bimbe Manjulam Mandahase Shishiram Amritanade Sheetalam Drishtipate Vipulam Aruna Netre Vishrutam Venunade Marakata Mani Neelam Balamalokayenu. Please note, Shripad Bilva Mangala Thakur was netraheen. He was without a vision. Internally, he was giving vision to the whole world. That's another thing. But externally, he was bereft of material eyes. So all his prayers are in the mood, my Lord, when can I see you? In the pangs of separation. So he describes Krishna so beautifully. He says, Madhuram adhara bimbe. Oh Krishna, your lips are reddish, soft, like cherry, like bimba fruit, which are red cherries. Very soft, very tasty, and reddish like cherries. Madhuram adhara bimbe, manjulam mandahase. And then when you smile, there's little space between those cherry berry lips. Then little bit of teeth are seen. Manjulam mandahase. Ah, that smile is worth dying for, Bilva Mangal Thakur says. Madhuram madhuram vapurasya vibho. Madhuram madhuram vadanam madhuram. Madhu gandhi mrudhusmitam etadaho. Madhuram 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 madhuram. Please don't think it's a printing mistake. Shripad Bilva Mangal Thakur says, my Lord, Madhuram Madhuram Vapurasya Vibho, your body is exceedingly sweet. Madhuram Madhuram, exceedingly sweet. And on your body, the face, Madhuram Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram, exceedingly, super excellent sweetness. And on your face, Madhu Gandhi Mridhu Smitam Etadaho, the fragrance of honey. Krishna doesn't need any Listerine. Krishna doesn't need any oral hygiene. Natural, intoxicating fragrance. Even when Krishna is playing hide and seek, he's breathing with his mouth open. And all the bumblebees come thinking that that's where the honey is. So Krishna is trying to hide. And the bumblebees are seeing the lotus of his face and honey coming from his mouth. Madhav Chandra Prabhu. I just saw you. The lotus of Krishna's face with the intoxicating honey fragrance coming from his mouth. All the bumblebees are convinced this is not just the lotus flower, this is a whole lotus forest. And there's a whole cloud of humming bumblebees. They're all doing their upamshu. All of them are doing their japa. Anytime you see devotees chant like that, please note that they are bumblebees approaching the lotus of Krishna's face. Please don't think they're not chanting properly. They're chanting so beautifully that they're humming like the bumblebees of Golok. Manjulam mandahase. Shripad Bilvamangal Thakur says, Krishna, your body is beautiful. Your face is even more sweet. And on your face, the honey dripping, intoxicating fragrance of your mouth. And the smile. Aha. When Krishna smiles, Sthira chara vrijinagna susmita shrimukhena. What kind of smile is that? It can make living into non-living because they're dead by that smile. It can make moving into non-moving. Yamuna stops. It becomes like a rock. And when Krishna smiles, Giriraj flows like Yamuna. All the rocks start melting. This is the meaning of the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha. That water becomes stone and stone becomes water in Vrindavan. Water, Jamuna is flowing and becomes like stone, like Giriraj, just by the smile of Krishna. And then Giriraj, which is stone, by the smile of Krishna, starts flowing like Yamuna. So all have interchanged their identity. Just like the gopis in Krishna Leela become gopas in Gaura Leela. All identities are switching. The greatest enjoyer in Krishna Leela becomes the greatest renunciant in Gaura Leela. The darkest complexioned cowherd boy becomes the fairest complexioned Brahmana Pandit in Gaura Leela. How fascinating. He who's crooked becomes straight. He who doesn't share his butter pot with anyone is freely giving love of God to one and all without keeping anything in return. He who always stays at home and runs from home to home in Gaura Leela leaves his home and takes sannyas. In Braja, the Kadamba tree represents Radharani and the Tamal tree represents Krishna. But in Gaura Leela, both have become one and become jackfruit trees in Navadvip. Everything has become topsy-turvy. Everything has become, it's lost its identity. Similarly, if someone can get taste in Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan, their identity will change. Those who are thinking, I am this body, will be convinced, I am not this body. Those who are thinking, I am the master, will be convinced, I am the servant. Those who think there is joy in this world will be convinced that there is no joy in this world. And those who think there is no God will be crying and weeping for God. This is the nature of Krishna's smile. Madhura Madhura Bimbe Manjula Mandahase and Shishiram Amritanade. Aha. Look at Sripad Bilva Mangal Thakur's poetry. He keeps the first syllable common. Madhura Madhura Bimbe Manjulam Mandahase. There's ma here and there's ma here. And then second line, Shishiram Amritanade Shitalam Drishtipate. Who can say he's without eyes in this world? Those with eyes also can't write like this. What to speak of writing? What is written? Forget Sanskrit. Even transliterated in English, we can't even read properly. That's our state in Kali Yuga. But Sripad Bilamangal Thakur says, Shishiram Amritanade. What does the word Shishir mean? Shishir means winter. Shishiram Amritanade. Krishna's words through those lips. Now see, first he spoke about the lips. Madhuram Adhara Bimbe. Then he says when there's gap between the lips, then there is smile. Now when there is gap between the teeth, there is voice. How beautiful. Shishiram Amritanade. When Krishna speaks, he says it's like winter. Why is it like winter? Oh, because for the Brajbasis who are burning in the fire of Krishna, they are burning in the summer heat in their heart, of fire of separation. And those who are in the fire of separation, when they get what they want, then they feel like the winter breeze. Is everyone getting this? The Brajbasis, the Gopas, the Gopis, when they feel separation from Krishna, it is like their heart is on fire. It's like summer heat. All that they want is Krishna. They just want Krishna, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhanapran. Haribo. I hope she's not going to fight me. A little yellow belt champion is here. But this represents something very beautiful. What is this? Bhibratvasaha kanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamalam. Krishna has a yellow cloth on his waist. Just like the yellow belt karate champion, little child here. She didn't expect that. I don't think anybody expected that. Neither me. I just thought she didn't like one of the points and she's coming with her belt. I got a little scared. So those who are burning in the fire of separation from Krishna, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhanapran, when they find their Krishna, the heat of separation is lost. And when Krishna speaks to them, Tava Katha Amritam Tapta Jivanam. For those hearts which are Tapta Jivan, it's tossed in the fire of separation. Krishna, Tava Katha, when you speak, Amritam iti. It is certainly nectarian. It is like winter. The body of the Brajbasis go through all seasons at the same time. When they see Krishna, in fact, let's backtrack a little. When they don't see Krishna, in their heart there is summer season of separation. When they don't see Krishna, their heart is feeling the summer heat of separation from Krishna. As a result, what happens? In separation from Krishna, the eyes become monsoon clouds. And it is raining tears in separation. In an attempt, because when there's tears from the eyes, it falls on the heart. So we know in this world, when there is fire, you pour a lot of water, the fire must go extinguished. So the Brajbasis think the heart is on fire of separation. So if they cry a lot, that water will fall and extinguish. But little do they know, the heart is on fire. And when they cry in separation, every drop that falls in actually makes the fire go even more intense than before. When you know, like the tawa is really hot on the stove and you put just 1 or 2 drops, what happens? You can feel more heat. So similarly, the fire of separation in their heart is causing the summer season. And then the eyes become clouds which are pouring the monsoon rain of their tears. Then listening to this, seeing this, what happens? Krishna appears. And seeing Krishna, their hair stands on end as if it's winter season. Who can understand the heart of the Brajbasis? Those who are completely dipped in the rasa of prem, of love. Their hearts are having summer, their eyes are having rainy monsoon, the body is going through winter. And as Krishna speaks to them, Shishira Amrita Nade, it is the spring season of their emotions. Spring is springing. Emotions are springing. They feel so happy. But when they realize that this is just their hallucination and Krishna is actually not present, then there is the fall, where the whole body falls like the leaves on the tree in complete, unbelievable separation. And in this way, all seasons continue one after another. So when we see in this world the moving seasons, it only represents the heart of the Brajbasis, where Krishna is in the center. Shishiram Amrita Nade, Sheetalam Drishtipate. Krishna's voice, Krishna's singing, Krishna's flute playing. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes Karnanandi Sanarma Ramya Vachanam Kotin Dushitangaka in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He describes that Mahaprabhu, he's so captivated by Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Ramananda Rai on one side and Swarup Damodar Goswami on the other. Mahaprabhu is holding their hands. Who is Mahaprabhu? Srimati Radharani. Who is Swarup Damodar Goswami? Lalita Sakhi. Who is Ramananda Rai? Vishakha Sakhi. Radharani is sitting with Lalita and Vishakha in the form of Mahaprabhu sitting with Swarup Damodar Ramananda Rai. And Mahaprabhu says, "Oh dear Swarup Damodar, oh dear Ramananda Rai, do you know that my five senses are like horse riders. They are like horse riders. And my mind is like a horse." Now think about it. If you have one horse, and on the top of that one horse you have 5 horse riders, no problem if they're all in the same direction. But imagine 5 horse riders sitting on one horse and all are pulling in different directions. What do you think is going to happen to the horse? The horse is going to say, "Arey, aap log decide karo pehle. Where do you want me to go? You first decide." Until then, as the horse riders are pulling the horse in 5 different directions, the horse collapses. Mahaprabhu says, this is the problem with me. What is the problem? The 5 horse riders are my eyes, my nose, my ears, my lips, and my sense of touch. And all of them are fighting in 5 different directions. My eyes are saying, "I want to see Krishna! I want to see Krishna! I want to see Krishna!" By then the ears are saying, "Wait a minute. Let me first hear the flute sound, then I'll tell you which direction he's in." The nose is saying, "You both fight. I am enjoying. I want more of this aromatic fragrance of Krishna's form." By then the tongue is saying, "What are you all fighting about? The name of Krishna is on my tongue. What is the problem?" The tongue is chanting Krishna's name. The nose wants the fragrance of Krishna's body. The eyes want darshan. The ears want the flute sound. And Mahaprabhu's arms, the skin, it wants the embrace of Shyam Sundar. And all these senses are taking the horse of the mind in 5 different directions. And because they're all fighting each other on who is going to reach Krishna first, Mahaprabhu collapses because it is the mind horse which gives up. Isn't it fascinating? This is our Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita Nitya Karopan Jaha Hoite Premananda Bhakti Tattva Gyan. By studying Chaitanya Charitamrita, who is that person who will not fall in love in devotional service to Krishna? Who is that person? Shruyatam Shruyatam Nityam Ghiyatam Ghiyatam Muda Chintyatam Chintyatam Bhaktas Chaitanya Charitamritam. Kaviraj Goswami Pad has said, this Chaitanya Charitamrita must be heard, read, sung and contemplated by everyone every single day. No way out. So why we are mentioning all this is because Shitalam Drishtipate. Krishna's lips are sweet. When he opens those lips, the teeth smile is very sweet. Now when he opens the teeth and starts speaking, Karnanandisa Narma Ramya Vachanam Kotindu Shitangaka. Is it Krishna's voice that is more attractive? Or is it Krishna's choice of words that's most attractive? Or is it Krishna's subject matter of talking that's more attractive? Or is it Krishna's honey-laden jokes in the middle of those conversations which are more attractive? Or is it Krishna's alliteration, the metaphors that he uses, the examples that he uses, the stories that he tells, or the different figures of speech that he uses while speaking? Sometimes, kids in this world like to play she sells seashells on the seashore. Or if you're from India, you will say Chandu ki chata, chacha, Chandu ki chachi, whatever, chan ke, whatever, chutney chatayo, whatever that is. I don't know what that is, but something like that. But if you are a Rupanuga, you will say Dhare Dhara, Dhare Dharam, Dhara, Dhare Dhurarudhi, Dhira Dhi, Ara Radha Dhi, Rodham Radha Dhurandharam. That's Rupa Goswami's figure of speech. Please don't ask me what it means. We already have lost one session. We don't have so much time. But the point is, if Rupa Goswami can give verses like this, imagine Krishna speaking. Krishna speaking or Krishna singing? And when Krishna sings, is it the songs that are more important or the notes that he touches? And many times it is described, as Krishna is singing, Radharani starts tuning her veena to match. And she looks at Krishna, listens couple of seconds, and she identifies the rag and she starts playing it on the veena. Krishna says, wait a minute, there's no competition like vocal versus instrumental. It has to be instrumental versus instrumental. So I'll stop singing. Radharani said, then how do I know which rag? Krishna said, I will play my flute. Tri Jagan Manas Akarshi. That flute which attracts even Brahmaji. That flute which attracts even me. Krishna said, I will play that flute. Radharani said, so be it. Pick up your flute. Let's see. Rupa Goswami Pad writes in one work, when will my ears hear the Jugalbandi of Krishna's flute and Radharani's veena? And then this leads to only one thing. Victory. For whom? For Krishna or for Radharani? Radharani. For the devotees. Because whether Krishna wins or Radharani wins, it is the devotees who are watching this who actually win the contest. Because they are getting the feast. It is described that Radharani plays the veena and Krishna plays the flute, and Radharani plays the veena and Krishna plays the flute. And at one point, Krishna becomes so interested in the note that Radharani plays that he misses a note on the flute. And then the rag changes. And Radharani looks at him. That's a different rag. Krishna said, sorry. And then he starts playing again. And Radharani plays the veena. Krishna is trying to be very focused in his playing. And hearing Radharani's playing of the veena, Krishna becomes so interested in hearing the veena. Because for a musician, you have to have a very good musical ear on your instrument, not another person's instrument. Here is Krishna playing the flute and listening to her, Radharani, play the veena. How is that going to work? And at one point, Krishna doesn't even realize. He's playing the flute, no sound because the flute has fallen from his hand. He's just blowing. Sripad Amarenda Prabhu used to say, on the night of Sharad Purnima, he would say, wait a minute, it's the night of Sharad Purnima when Krishna plays the flute. How many of us can hear Krishna play the flute? And the devotees in the kirtan would be like, not me. I definitely can't hear the flute. Amarenda Prabhu, how about you? He said, me neither. Nobody can hear the flute. Amarenda Prabhu would say, you know why? Because Krishna thinks he's playing the flute. He looks at Srimati Radharani and the flute has fallen from his hand and he's trying to play the flute and there is no sound. Sheetalam Drishtipate. The Supreme Lord plays, sings, glances so beautifully. Sharad Udashaye Sadhu Jatasat Sarasijodhara Shri Musha Drisha Suratanathate Ashulkadashika Varada Nignato Neha Kimvada. The gopis say, Krishna, your eyes are so beautiful. Sharad Udashaye Sadhu Jatasat Sarasijodhara Shri Musha Drisha. Very, very big compound has been used. Sanskrit. Sharad Udashaye Sadhu Jata Sat Sarasi Jodhara Shri Mushadrisha. What does this mean? The gopis say, Krishna, your eyes are so beautiful that they have stolen the beauty of the middle part of the blue lotus flowers which blossom at night in the middle of the forest on a clear autumn water pond. Think about it. On a clear water, on the autumn season, the water pond in the autumn season, filled with blue, night blooming lotus flowers. Think a whole forest intoxicated by that fragrance, and think of the beauty in the middle part of that lotus flower. The gopis say, Krishna, your eyes have stolen that beauty. Meaning, when we look at your eyes, we don't feel like looking at those lotuses. So, Sheetalam Drishtipate. Sripad Bilomangal Thakur says, your eyes are so cooling, so peaceful. Same Krishna standing here. Bilvamangala Thakur cannot be wrong. When we come and stand in front of the deities, we have to pray, my Lord, Sheetalam Drishtipate. My heart is burning with lust. My heart is burning with anger. My heart is burning with envy. My heart is burning with the fire of pride. I know your eyes have the power. Sheetalam Drishtipate. Your glance through your eyes have the power to extinguish this fire and soothe the consciousness of the devotees. My Lord, in the temple, I have not come to see you. I have come to be seen by you. I have not come to see you, my Lord. I have not come to see you. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya writes, in this world, the object is seen, the eyes are the seer. Let's see this. Object, let's say this watch. The object is seen, the eye is the seer. The eye is seen, the soul is the seer. The soul is seen, the super soul is the seer. So we cannot see Krishna. So when we come here, we are not coming to see. We are not coming to see Pujari ne kaise lagaya garland. Kapda match ho raha hai ki nahi ho raha. That's not our business. We have not come here to give a final review of how Srivas Gauranga Prabhu is on the altar. That's not our... That's not why we come to the temple. We come to the temple to be seen by Radha Neela Madhava. Like for example, when we say, did you go and see the doctor? You see this very famous saying, did you go and see the doctor? What does that mean? Did you go and see the doctor? Did you do a surgery on the doctor? Is that what it means? No, it means did you go to the doctor so that the doctor can see you? Like when the question is asked, did you go and see the doctor? It's not that we go and give local anesthesia, general anesthesia, doctor is knocked out. That's not why we go to the doctor. Did you see the doctor means did you go so that the doctor can see you? So similarly, did you see the deities? Did you take darshan? Which means did you go so that Krishna can glance at us? There is extreme power to Krishna's glance. Please don't misunderstand or underestimate the power of Neelamadhav's glance. No. In the Taittiriya Upanishad describes Sa Aikshata. The Lord can create the universe through his glancing. So when he can create the universe through his glancing, can't he create the universe of our good fortune by his glance? When we say, I don't have humility, I don't have tolerance, I don't have forgiveness, stand in front of the Lord. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. His glancing will bring in the universe of good fortune in our heart. Acha, he is the creator, but he is also the destroyer. How did Krishna destroy the poison in the body of his friends when they drank the water from the Yamuna? The Krishna book describes by glancing. Krishna glanced on his friends who were all unconscious, drinking the poisonous water of Yamuna. And what did he do? He destroyed the poisonous effect in the body. When the Lord can destroy the poison in the body of his friends by glancing, can't he glance and destroy the poison of our anarthas inside? Putana came to give what? The poison. What did Krishna accept? The poison. But there was a difference. Putana came to give the poison of our body, but Krishna ended up drinking the poison inside. The poison of the heart, the poison of duplicity, the poison of hypocrisy, the poison of ulterior desire. So when Krishna through his glancing can destroy the poison in the body of his friends, why can't he destroy the poison of our anarthas? Why should we complain? I have this problem, that problem. No problem, you just have to stand here. He is the surgeon, and he does his surgery through his eyes. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujjvala vigrahasya govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. So he can create universes, so he can create our good fortune. He can destroy the poison, so he can destroy our anarthas. Between creation and destruction is maintenance. How does Krishna maintain? Through his glancing. Why? Because Yachakshuresha savita sakalagrahanam raja samastu suramurti shesha teja yajnajnaya brahmati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The sun and the moon are the eyes of the Lord. And day and night we are being maintained by the sunlight and the moonbeams. So when the Lord can maintain us through his glance, through the sun and moon, why can't he maintain our devotion? Jai Shri Radha Neela Madhav ki, Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman ki, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Sudarshan ki, the most beautiful Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki. So the Lord can maintain through the sun and the moon, who are the eyes of the Lord. So when he can maintain through his glancing, why can't he maintain our devotion? Why should we lose taste? We basically on the path of bhakti have three problems. Lack of taste, lack of good qualities, and increasing anarthas. This is what all of us fight with. So the Supreme Lord can create good qualities, destroy our anarthas, and maintain our taste through his glance. Therefore, Shitalam Drishtipate, Vipulam Aruna Netre, Vishrutam Venunade. Bilvamangal Thakur has said, my Lord, Vipulam Aruna Netre, your eyes are reddish. They are reddish. You see the eyes of Jagannath? They have three colors. What are the three colors in the eye of Jagannath? Okay, the outer part? Then? Then? Correct. And they represent something. When Jagannath sees his devotees, then he finds the white color of peace. When he sees his devotees, he finds lot of joy. That is represented by the white color. When he doesn't see his devotees, then there is the black color of poison, of separation. White is the amrit, the nectar. When Jagannath sees his devotees, he finds the nectar joy of the white color. When he doesn't find his devotees, then he finds the black poison of separation. And when he sees his devotees engaging in bhakti for his pleasure, Jagannath becomes intoxicated in affection, and that is the red color. These are the three colors of the Lord's eyes. Vipulam Aruna Netre. Bilvamangal Thakur says, my Lord, your eyes are so beautiful. Vishrutam Venunade, your voice is so beautiful. Your glancing is so beautiful. Your flute sound is so beautiful. And most importantly, Marakata Mani Neelam, Balam alokayenu. Your complexion is like a green emerald, not a blue sapphire. Green emerald, because of the two reasons that we mentioned. And then finally Sripad Vilmamangal Thakur says, Balam alokayenu. Alas, alas, my Lord, I am blind. When oh when will that day be mine when I can see you face to face? So all the acharyas have sung about Krishna. All the acharyas. And Krishna, he sings about the devotees. Satyam satyam punah satyam satyam eva punah punah vina radha prasadena mat prasado na labhyate. Krishna has said, if somebody wants to get my mercy, then they have to first go to Srimati Radharani. Even Prabhupada said, oh Radharani, please tell your Krishna something about me. This was Prabhupada's statement in a class on Radhashtami. Please tell your Krishna something about me. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tumar shakati achhe, ami to kangal, Krishna Krishna bolidai tava pache pache. Oh Radharani, you alone can give Krishna to the whole world. Krishna doesn't belong to us. So all the devotees are glorifying Krishna, but Krishna is saying, if you want to get my mercy, you have to first go to Radharani. And this is why Gaudiya Vaishnavas take direct shelter of Radharani. This is why we are Gaudiyas. We take shelter of Radharani's lotus feet. And we take shelter of Radharani's month, which is Kartik. We take shelter of Radharani's home, which is Vrindavan. This is why we find devotees going to Vrindavan in the month of Kartik, for the mercy of Srimati Radharani. You see, if you sit and cry in your own home, maybe nobody will care. Somebody may care. Most cases, nobody cares. I'll take the laughter as confirmation. But if you go to somebody else's home and you cry loudly, what do you think happens? At least what do you hope happens? The owner of the house comes in and asks, what happened? What's making you cry? He or she may give up their work and come and make sure that you're comfortable, right? So similarly, when we cry in separation from the Lord, or for any material reason also, sitting here in our own place, Radharani may or may not hear our prayer. But when we go to her home, which is Vrindavan, and we shed tears even for material reason, she has to give up her work and come, because it is her home. This is the power of the land of Vrindavan. Therefore, Rupa Goswami Pad in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he says, Kuryat Vasam Vraje Sada. That one must try to make sure that one lives in Vrindavan. If physically it is not possible, then mentally one must definitely live in Vrindavan. But by living mentally to live mentally in Vrindavan, one must have very high level of devotion. One should have the capacity to carry Krishna everywhere, in all circumstances. Then we can say one is living mentally. But if that level of devotion is not there, then one must at least physically start by 1 month every year going to Vrindavan. 11 months we should stay wherever we are, and 1 month we should go to Vrindavan, get our spiritual batteries charged in a yatra, and come back and share and serve in our local communities everywhere. Then as and when we get little older and our services reduce because of physical inability, then we can move to Vrindavan. As Srila Prabhupada would say, work now, samadhi later. Work now. Many times people say, let's go now only and settle in Vrindavan. That's for you to decide. I wouldn't comment. If you're a grihastha, then you have to think about your children and your work and things like that. But Prabhupada's mood was, this is Prabhupada's mood. Prabhupada's mood was, it is better to live outside Vrindavan and serve. This was Prabhupada's mood. And the example given is, when a soldier comes to your home, you can give him water and it is glorious. You can give a cup of water to a soldier and it is glorious. But when a soldier is bleeding in a battlefield and you go and give a cup of water, that is more valuable. So similarly, going and staying in Vrindavan is wonderful. It is serving Radharani. It is like giving water to a soldier when the soldier is comfortable. But outside Vrindavan is where preaching is needed, where mankind is suffering. That is where Radharani's heart is bleeding in compassion. That is like a soldier bleeding. So giving water to a soldier on the battlefield is more important. But that doesn't belittle residence in Vrindavan. We should definitely go. We should go and pray to Radharani sincerely so that our service is better. So this land of Vrindavan, which is most glorious, is our shelter point. Mahaprabhu writes in Mahaprabhu speaks in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Annera Ridayaman Moraman Vrindavan, Manavana Eka Kori Jani. Very beautiful. Mahaprabhu is using blackmail technique. He is blackmailing Jagannath. Who is the greatest blackmail? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to blackmail Jagannath. What is he saying? He is saying, Jagannath, Annera Ridayaman Moraman Vrindavan, Manavana Eka Kori Jani. That, oh Jagannath, my heart is Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. So what is the implication? Jagannath will say, so, like, what are you trying to say? Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani is saying, oh Krishna, you are the one who said, Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na gacchati. That I don't take one step out of Vrindavan. Correct? My heart is Vrindavan. So if you really want to place your lotus feet in my heart, yatte sujata charanam bruham sthaneshu, like in the Gopi Geet, Radharani says, Krishna, I want you to place your lotus feet in my heart. So in that same mood, Mahaprabhu is also telling Jagannath, I want you to place your lotus feet in my heart. Jagannath says, sure, I will place my lotus feet in your heart. In return, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, but my heart is Vrindavan. Which means you can shower mercy by placing your lotus feet in Vrindavan. Which means, oh Jagannath, in the mood of Krishna in Kurukshetra, don't go back to Dwarka, but come to Vrindavan. If you want to place your lotus feet in my heart, Moraman Vrindavan. My heart is Vrindavan. So you can place the lotus feet in my heart by placing your lotus feet in Vrindavan. Which means don't go back to Dwarka. Chalo man Sri Vrindavan ki or. Please come to Vrindavan. So this land of Vrindavan is our shelter. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayastadhama Vrindavanam. Srinath Chakravarti in Chaitanya Mata Manjusha, he writes that the 5 principal teachings of Mahaprabhu include one, to take shelter of Vrindavan Dham. Just like all of us have some fascination for our hometown. Right, in America, after coming, if you find some Indian, it's like, oh, where are you from? Naturally, he'll say India. And then, once you confirm that he's an Indian, then, which part of India? Then that person will say, Andhra. Then the question will be, Telangana? Telugu? That person also, he is equally smart. In Telugu, he will say, Naku Telugu Radu. I don't know Telugu. Then that person will say, Telugu? I am finding a Telugu. Then that person says, of course you will find Telugu. You are in USA, United States of Andhra Pradesh. And for work also we are in the IT industry, Indian Telugu industry. So just like we all have fascination for some hometown, everybody has fascination for some hometown. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says our fascination should be for Vrindavan. Whenever we see anybody speak about Vrindavan, anything connected to Vrindavan, that is the way by which we can get connected to Krishna. This is why Srila Prabhupada gave us Tulsi Arti. And in the Tulsi Arti we also say the same thing. Namo Namah Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pabo E Abhilashi. My desire is to serve Radha Krishna. Now the question will be, where will I find them? The answer is in Vrindavan. Je tumar sharanaloy tara vancha purna hoy kripa kori koro tare Vrindavanavasi. Oh Vrindadevi, my desire is you please give me residence in Vrindavan. Mora e abhilash vilas kunje diyovas. Now the word vilas kunja is not applicable in Mathura or Dwarka because there is no kunja. Kunja means a grove. Nayane heribo sada yugala ruparasi. May I live in the pleasure groves, the forests of Vrindavan, and glance at the divine couple. So Vrinda Devi is saying, you're coming with a big list. What do you think? You're the servant or I am the servant? So then the devotee says, "Hey, nivedana dhara. I am begging, I am not giving a list. It's my request. Hey, nivedana dhara, sakhi anugata kara. Please make me a follower of the sakhis." Now the word sakhi is applicable only in Vrindavan. Seva adhikara diye koro nijadasi. Make me your maid servant. And Vrinda Devi is saying, where do I live? In Vrindavan. So if you want to be my maid servant, you have to live in Vrindavan. Dina Krishna dase koe, e jena mora hoy, Sri Radha Govinda preme, sada jena bhasi. Let me drown in the love of Radha Govinda. All stanzas talk about Vrindavan. This is the importance of Vrindavan. Vrindavanam sakhi bhuvo vitanoti kirtim yad devaki suta padambuja labdha lakshmim govinda venum anumatta mayura nrityam prekshadri sanvavaratanya samasta sattvam. The gopis describe in the Venugit, in the 10th canto, that Mother Earth is Krishna's eternal consort. We know Varahadev is the husband and Bhumi is the wife. And as a result, Varahadev being the husband and Bhumi Devi being the wife, their son is Bhauma, the son of Bhumi. So gopis describe that Mother Earth is a stri, is a lady, whose forehead is Vrindavan. And just like every chaste woman, on her forehead she has sindur. So the stri, the woman, is Mother Earth, the forehead is Vrindavan, and the sindur on the forehead are the footprints of Shyam Sundar Shri Krishna. This is why Vrindavan is so special. There is no land like Vrindavan. Therefore, Prabodhananda Saraswati has said something very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Are we all ready to hear? Yes. Bhrata tishtha tale tale vitapinam grameshu bhikshamata swachhandam yamuna jalam pibamalam chirai sukantam kuru sammanam kalayati ghora garalam nichapamanam sudha Sri Radha Murali Dharo Bhajasakhe Vrindavanam Matyaja. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad says, you can enter Vrindavan only if you're ready to do the following. Ready to hear the list? Bhrata tishtha tale tale vitapinam. Don't worry about your accommodation. First point. If to live in Vrindavan, if you have accommodation under a tree, we should be ready, Prabodhananda Saraswati says. Sometimes when you have to go to Vrindavan, the first concern is Agrasena Ashram. First on the list is MVT, NRI Greens, Chaitanya Vihar. And then after that, if all of that is full, then if there is any devotee, ek kamra mil jayega kahin. Jugaad. How much we have to pay? Koi bai aayegi kya clean karke sab? Is there some lady who can come, cook, clean, wash, preferably even chant on my behalf? I will simply be awake. I will just wake up. I will wake up, put dhoti kurta and go for Mangal Aarti at 7:30. Because 4:30 waking up and bathing, it's little austere, no? Little austere. Radhesham Prabhu will kick me for this joke. So Sripad Prabodhananda Saraswati says, first thing, Bhrata, oh brother, tishtha tale tale vitapinam. Get ready to even live under trees. Don't worry about accommodation. Second, Grameshu bhikshamata. Don't worry about eating. Get ready to even beg from village to village. Third, Swachhandam Yamuna Jalam Pibamalam. Don't worry about your drinking water. Whatever is available, drink. Fourth, Chirai Sukantam Kuru. Don't worry about your winter clothes and summer clothes. Whatever is available, manage. Hare Baba, this is too austere. Accommodation, eating, drinking and wearing. Now when we thought it was still okay, manageable, these were externals. Now he goes deeper. Sammanam kalayati ghora garalam nichapamanam sudha. Point number 5, when someone gives glorification, consider that to be poison. Because it takes your attention away from Krishna. Coming to Vrindavan, if somebody says, Prabhuji, you are so great. Up. So now what happens when we have to listen to that and contemplate on what they are saying? So being in Vrindavan, our mind is away from Krishna. So very sweetly Maya has come through glorification and taken our mind away. Sammanam kalayati ghora garalam. 5th point. 6th point. Nichapamanam sudha. If there is criticism, not by equals or superiors, by those inferior to us, take that to be nectar. Why? Because we feel helpless at that point. And you can easily think of Krishna. 7th, at all circumstances, Sri Radha Murli Dharo Bhaja Sakhe. Oh dear friend, please worship Radha Murli Dhar. And in this mood, Vrindavanam Matyaja. Please never give up this land. How beautiful. How much attachment Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati has for this land of Vrindavan. One time there was a very great Vrajrasik sadhu who lived in Vrindavan. He had taken this vrat that I will never leave this land. I will never leave this abode. Come what may, I am not going to leave Vrindavan. I will die in Vrindavan, but I will never leave Vrindavan. So his glory spread far and wide in all directions. All directions. People started knowing him. Oh, this is that very great sadhu in Vrindavan who has taken a vrat, lifelong vrat that he will never leave Vrindavan. The king sent his soldiers, said, go and take darshan of this sadhu. The soldiers came, they came in their horses from long distance. Probably from Agra or Delhi they may have come. Because that's where the rule was, the Mughal rule at that time. So the king sent soldiers and said, take darshan of this very great sadhu. So all the soldiers came in their horses, they parked the horses, they offered obeisances. And they told this sadhu, we have heard so much about you. The sadhu would just say, Vrindavan, 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 Vrindavan. He was intoxicated by Vrindavan. Vrindavan, Vrindavan, Vrindavan. What do you want? Asked the sadhu. The soldier said, the king wants you to come to our kingdom to speak the glories of Vrindavan. So the sadhu said, you want me to leave Vrindavan and come to your kingdom and speak the glories of Vrindavan? Impossible. Tell your king to send his men here. Then I will speak the glories of Vrindavan. The soldier said, well, if they can come to Vrindavan, why they should hear glories? You should come there and say glories so that they will come to Vrindavan. The sadhu said, whatever, logic doesn't work in Vrindavan, I am not coming. I am not coming. I am going to be here only. So they all went back. Again next day they came. And the next day they came and they said, now our king has ordered. Till now he was requesting, now he has ordered. And it is the duty of every citizen, everywhere, to listen to the king, because Nara Devata, the king is considered to be the representative of the God, of the Lord. So the king wants you to leave Vrindavan and come just to speak the glories of Vrindavan. Don't be so fanatical. So the sadhu said, okay, I will be ready tomorrow. I will be ready. You come tomorrow, I will be ready. I need 24 hours to wrap up whatever I have. You come tomorrow, I will be ready. So the soldiers came the next day on their horseback. The sadhu was sitting on the back of a donkey, without clothes, wearing a garland of slippers, with his face completely blackened with coal. With tears in his eyes, he was sitting on the back of a donkey. So the soldiers came and asked him that we are searching for that sadhu, have you seen? The sadhu said, that is me. So the soldiers said, why are you sitting like this without clothes on the back of a donkey, wearing a garland of slippers, with your face completely filled with, coal, paint? Why are you not in your usual attire? He said, because I had taken a lifelong vrat that I will not leave Vrindavan. And now I am breaking that vrat. So who's going to leave Vrindavan is not going to be that sadhu. It is going to be this person. I have blackened my face by not being able to keep my vrat. I don't deserve the garland of the Lord. I deserve the garland of shoes. I don't deserve to sit on the horseback. I am sitting on the back of a donkey. I don't deserve to wear the clothes of a sadhu. if I am in the human form giving up this land of mercy? The soldiers had tears. They didn't know what to do. They went back. They told the king that this is how he's sitting. Now the sadhu felt. They went back. He removed all that, put his clothes, took the garland of slippers, and he was back chanting the holy name. Next day the king came. The king came and he said, so yesterday when they came, you did this drama that, you sat on the back of you sat on the back of a donkey and you put some garland. You could, scare them off, but you can't scare me off. How many times I have come with invitation? I am a king. You are acting as if you are the king. So the sadhu said, oh my lord, what do you want? He said, I want you to come to my kingdom and speak about Vrindavan. Sadhu said, okay, I'll come now. He said, not like yesterday, back of a donkey. He said, no, I will come with you on the horse. But just give me 1 hour time. King said, what do you want to do in 1 hour? The sadhu said, I want to meet all my relatives and family. I will just tell them I have to leave the dham so that they don't expect me. The king said, okay. I thought you were a sadhu, you didn't have any family. Anyway, you do what you have to. I will wait here. The sadhu got up and embraced each and every tree in the area, crying and weeping. Oh, trees of Vrindavan, you are so fortunate. You are born in Vrindavan, you live in Vrindavan, and if somebody tries to take you out and even cut your body, you're ready to die but not leave Vrindavan. One tree after another the sadhu was embracing, saying that you are my family, you are my family. Alas, 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 unfortunately I have been born as a human being with legs that I can be dragged out. Oh, trees of Vrindavan, next life please bless me, that may I also be born as one among you, so that even if I am born in Vrindavan, even if I live in Vrindavan, and even if somebody dries me up and cuts me to pieces, still I die in Vrindavan and I don't walk out of Vrindavan alive. When the king saw this, his heart melted. He got off the horse and offered obeisances. And he said, oh dear sadhu, never again will I ever tell you to leave Vrindavan. Whoever wants to hear about Vrindavan, let them come and hear, but you will not go out. This is the glory of this land. This land of Vrindavan has seen maximum rivers of tears in history of mankind. Maximum rivers of tears that has been seen by any tract of land in the history of mankind is this land of Vrindavan. Maximum chanting of the holy name that has been heard in this world has come from this land of Vrindavan. Maximum temples that exist come in the land of Vrindavan. Maximum devotional service that has been performed has been seen in the land of Vrindavan. And this land of Vrindavan is so kind to us that while we are in the human form, Vrindavan Dham is on earth with full potency. So this is Shri Vrindavan. And entering Shri Vrindavan Dham in mood, in consciousness, and in physical presence should be our aim. So today we will stop our discussion at this point. Tomorrow onwards, next 3 sessions, we will talk about 5 important personalities in Vrindavan whose blessings are crucial to enter this land. If you take their blessings, if we pray to them, by their kind blessings, we can enter the beautiful, wonderful pastimes of Radha Neela Madhav. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Kartik Maas ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. So please don't leave. This is just a beginning for today's session. So you all had a feast for your ears? Yes. So how you would like to end the feast? With the sweet, right? So Prabhu will going to do the kirtan for some time, and he's going to come amongst us and he'll do the kirtan. Like how we did in 2019. How many of you have that experience of Prabhu doing the kirtan here? So he's going to try his best to do the kirtan among us. So please wait. So the session is not ended.
This was easier to carry the harmonium, so I said it. Oh, chala gaya? Okay. Hare Krishna. Humbly request all of you to please sit down. Please sit down. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. How does this? Wire middle. Can we do something about this wire? Can you do something about this wire?
Maybe if we slide let's grade that here. This one has more.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take this. Can this come here? तो ब्रह्म ज्योति आ गया. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone, much louder please. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
बस
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Everyone together, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All the girls, much louder please. With the microphone. All the boys please. All the Prabhujis. All the little Prabhujis. All together please. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And again, much louder please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, All the girls, much louder please. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. All the Prabhuji. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Everyone, much louder please. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Everyone together, Hare Krishna Hare and again. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai. Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai. Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai. Radha Shri Radha Radha Radhe Govinda. Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Radha Shri Radha 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 Radhe Govinda. Jai Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Everyone together, please.
We are singing the names of Radhe and Govinda. Let's go.
Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Jai Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe Shri Radhe Radhe Govinda. Radhe Shri Radhe Radhe Govinda. Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe Shri Radhe Radhe Shri Radhe. Radhe Shri Radhe Radhe Shri Radhe. Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe Shri Radhe 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 Govinda. Radhe Govinda Jai Radhe Govinda. राधे गोविंदा राधे 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 गोविंदा हो जय जय राधे गोविंद जय राधे 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 गोविंदा ओ राधे गोविंद जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंद जय राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंद जय राधे गोविंदा ओ राधे गोविंद जय राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोविंदा ओ जय जय राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोविंद जय 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 राधे गोविंदा एवरीवन जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोविंदा एवरीवन जय राधे गोविंदा एवरीवन जय जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोविंदा 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 राधा गोविंदा राधे 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 गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा जय राधे 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 गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय वृंदावन चंद्र राधे गोविंदा जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय हे गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय मेरो राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन ओ जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन ओ श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जय राधा श्री राधा राधे गोविंदा जय राधे साधे राधे गोविंदा जय राधे श्री राधे 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 गोविंदा राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय रमण हरि गोविंद जय कृष्ण गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे 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 गोविंदा जय राधे 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 गोविंदा रमण हरि गोविंद जय 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 राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय गोविंद जय 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 गोपाल जय 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 गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोपाल जय राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंद जय राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा राधे राधे जय जय राधे 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 गो जय जय राधे गोविंदा जय राधे 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 गोविंदा राधे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे ओ हरे राम 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 हरे हरे राधे गोविंदा राधे 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 गोविंदा राधे गोविंद जय जय राधे 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 गोविंदा ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Radha Nila Madhu Sri Radhe, Radha Nila Madhu Sri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Oh Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda. Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda. Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Krishna, 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 everyone, Krishna, Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Harinam Sankirtan Mahayajna ki, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki, कार्तिक महामहोत्सव की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, श्री श्री राधा नील माधव की, गौर निताय की, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन जो की, सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान की, कलियुग पावन हरि नाम संकीर्तन की, गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। निताय गौरा हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। One last time, everyone. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda. Oh Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda. Jai Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda. Jai Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda. Jai Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda, Jai Radhe Govinda. Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So he's saying that you gave the whole meal of sweets actually. Hare Krishna. So before we express our gratitude and thank His Grace Amarenda Prabhu I have a humble request for all of you. Prabhu is not in his top of his health. Actually, he's not doing so well. So please offer prayers to Shishi Radha Nilamado so he can really recoup and he can be performing more such events and session with all of us. So please offer prayer to Shishi Radha Nilamado for Prabhu's recovery. Okay, with that, let's welcome His Grace Amarenda Prabhu to Seattle after 3.5 years by loudly chanting Hari Bol! Hari Bol! So as you saw, today was the first part of the, now it will be a 4-part series on the Pancha-Tattva of Vrindavan. So again we'll resume tomorrow at 7:30. Prabhu will be attending the Mangalarti tomorrow, full Mangalarti. So with that, so we'll adjourn for today and we'll again meet tomorrow morning at 5:30. Hare Krishna.
Big round of applause for all our Kartal and Mridanga and flute players. Mridanga players ki, Kartal players ki, flute player ki, dancers ki, singers ki, Mataji's ki, Prabhuji's ki, all the little wonderful cutie lovely kids ki. Srivas Gauranga Prabhu's little one, this show stealer ki. Gaur Premanande! Neil Madhav. Oh my God.
Also once
Certainly the show stealer in the temple. So, Srivas Gauranga Prabhu dresses two Neil Madhavs. Mataji is taking care of. अच्छा ठीक है. Sorry Prabhu ji. आपके गृहस्थी में घुस गया.
Also special thank to Bhakta Ayan for all the lighting ambience. So whatever you see on the wall, whatever you see here, so this nice ambience is created by Ayan Prabhu. So let's do Hari Bol for 3 times for Ayan. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.